Okay, so your first layer was the shapes that you guys drew. Okay, so technically, here, I'll use this. The space in between is your first layer. All right, your second layer was the second shapes that you drew. And then you have your third layer. And then your fourth layer is going to be this bottom down here. Okay, that's the very bottom of your shapes. So when you get all your layers done, so I'll explain over here again. So when you get all your layers done, you're going to shade this your darkest shade. So I've got 1, and then 2, 3, and then 4. Alright, so when I'm ready to start shading this bottom, I'm going to use my 6B, and I'm going to shade this dark around the edge of the shapes, because this is creating my cast shadow. And who can tell me what a cast shadow is again? It's what? It casts the shape of the object above it, or in front of the light source. So right now, it should be really dark around those shapes that are casting. And then we're going to bring it out. Now to get this to go pretty dark, I'm going to have to do more than one layer, because the more layers you put, the darker it's going to be. And then as you're using your blending tools, you will need to clean these off periodically, because we're using our 6B, which is our darkest pencil. So our blending tools are going to start to get dirty. Okay, why is our 6B the darkest? Because it's the softest lead. Okay? And then you have your sandpaper to clean these off. Now, those of you that were not here yesterday, all we did yesterday is we drew shapes underneath our second layer. And we're shading those with our 2B. Our 2B and our 4B. So finish your third layer and then move on to your fourth. I have plans to move on to something new tomorrow. If we need a little bit of time tomorrow to finish these up, we can do that as well. Okay, but I would like for us to try to wrap these up today. Does anybody have any questions? Yep, I'll come around in just a minute. Okay.